The Marvels is the latest MCU film, so today, let's see if it's worth your time. Hey everybody, my name is Justin here. I try to watch everything that hits theaters and on streaming services. If you guys are like me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and click that bell notification for more up and coming content. Carol Danvers gets her powers entangled with those of Kamala Khan and Monica Rambeau, forcing them to work together to save the universe. When it comes to Marvel projects post-Avengers Endgame, there is films and shows that I liked and I just didn't care much for. This is the first project since Avengers Endgame that I'm really conflicted on. There were a lot of aspects that I liked to this movie, and then there were parts to it I just did not care about. So I'm really torn on this film. There are some highlights within this film. Definitely the chemistry between Carol Danvers, Kamala Khan, and Monica Rambeau. I feel like this is the first project that you really have to do your homework. You gotta watch Ms. Marvel to understand the character and her family relationship. You have to watch WandaVision to see how Monica Rambeau got her powers. So there's a lot that you have to watch prior to this movie to really understand not so much the story, but some of the character dynamics and their personality as well. And I really like them in here. Kamala Khan fangirling over Carol Danvers was so fun to watch. I really like that character in Ms. Marvel, and she shines once again in this movie. Monica Rambeau is awesome in here, really taking charge of certain situations. And then we have Carol Danvers. I feel like they kind of gave her a nice story to round out her more compared to the first film. When she came into the first Captain Marvel movie, I didn't really feel like there's a lot of personality to that character. This time around, she's experiencing things and she's meeting Monica Rambeau for the first time in a while. And so there's more personality to this character this time around, more of an understanding of what she's been through. And I like that about Captain Marvel within this movie. So that relationship amongst all three of them is really good in this film. And it does add for a lot of fun action scenes, especially in the beginning. Whenever they use their powers, they're switching locations. And it does provide for a lot of entertaining action scenes really early on. Some fun moments as well. The atmosphere in the beginning is really lighthearted, and you just have these action scenes going on with Kamala Khan being at home, and then she's thrown into space, and her reaction. And Carol Danvers is in the situation of fighting off against the villains, and then she's in Kamala Khan's home. So there's a lot of entertaining moments in the beginning of the film. I feel like that's really the highlight of the movie for me, is definitely the characters and the relationship and that chemistry that everybody had. Now, there are some really weak moments within this film. The villain, played by Zawe Ashton, I thought was a very dull villain. You didn't really feel any presence to this villain. You didn't feel any consequences or threat from this villain. And it was really disappointing for what she was after. It posed a threat to Kamala Khan and her bangle and what she was after. But just her overall presence wasn't that intimidating. It's just mostly for that writing of the character. And when it came to some big action scenes with this villain up against the characters, I didn't feel any intensity to those scenes. I didn't feel any suspense coming from that villain. I didn't feel like she was intimidating or a threat to the Marvels. And it would be like an easy win for our heroes within this movie. So the villain is one of the more dull, lifeless characters for a Marvel movie. And then the pacing for it. There are at times certain scenes just move really quick with little development of that prior scene. Like they don't know how to fully end it. And so you're transitioning into this next scene that doesn't feel complete. And so it happens quite often within this movie, as it is the shortest MCU film, and it really does show with some of the emotion to these characters, the development for the story. It's really cut. That feel like it's lacking that development to make this a strong story, because it has the characters, it has a lot of fun action, a lot of humor within it, but the overall story and the threat within here is really lackluster. I like Nick Fury in here. Goose once again amazing highlight of the movie for me. It's got a nice energy to it, but overall this film, I'm really conflicted on it. I like the characters, the story, the pacing, the villain, all of that is some of the worst I have seen for a Marvel movie in a while. And I really wanted to like this movie a lot more, and I was pleasantly surprised overall with the movie and some of the more development for Carol Danvers, watching her interact with Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan, and the energy from all of those characters makes it so fun to watch. Iman Vellani is an actress that seems so in love with being in a Marvel movie. Her energy, you just feel like she's so excited to be on screen. We haven't got that feeling from a character in a long time. So I loved watching Ms. Marvel, and I think that transitions nicely to this movie, kind of also incorporating some elements from that show into the movie. I wish they would have done a little more with Nick Fury and Monica Rambeau and their relationship, but overall this film, it worked. I thought it was better than Captain Marvel. Not the best MCU movie I've ever seen, but not the worst one either. There are a lot of elements that make it a very lifeless movie, but then there are a lot of things that just worked for the characters and making it a very breezy, quick movie to get through with not a lot of stakes to it, not a lot of threat and intimidation from our villain. I did like the post-credit scenes. I thought that was really cool, nicely setting up the future of the MCU, which I really feel like we've been lacking with certain MCU projects. They're just there without any kind of build up to something in the future, and we're getting that with this movie. Nice setup for future installments. So overall, The Marvels, I liked some parts of it. There are some parts I really did not like, mostly the pacing and the villain. How quick it did feel, little development for certain characters and story to make it feel like it was just a film they just wanted to throw out there. But when it shines with their characters, that definitely does work. So before I give you my score for The Marvels, make sure to check out my channel. Here I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, ranking videos, tier lists, all that fun movie-related content that you see on YouTube. I do it all here, so hit that subscribe button to get it all in one spot. And if you'd like to see where The Marvels ranks amongst all the other 2023 releases I've seen this year, follow me on Letterboxd, and there you can find my ranking. I'm going to go ahead and give The Marvels a C+. Thank you guys for checking out my review for The Marvels, a new MCU film. Have you guys seen it by chance? What'd you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up-and-coming content like this. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.